All right, so today's video, we're going to be creating a scene from this to this. And we're gonna kind of use majority of everything that I have in here, which is gonna be like practicals, lamps. We're gonna be using a pavo tube to emulate an old TV. We have some old vintage stuff in here as well. And we're gonna try and come up with a scene from scratch using a lot of key elements that you would normally use to create a more of a dramatic scene. Okay, so we're gonna get into creating the scene. We got Frank here. We got wardrobe sponsored by Value Village. Actually, I'm just joking, it's not sponsored by Value Village, but he did go to Value Village. So we're gonna show you what this scene looks like right now with no lighting, just room lighting, very flat looking. We have our main practical, and then we also have another small little 1-footer tube light directly in front of me, acting like a TV. And then the other main element we're gonna be using is the Ulanzi portable fog / smoke machine. I see a lot of videos on YouTube now on creating a cinematic image. Lighting is probably one of the most important parts of making your image look cinematic. A LUT can do, I would say 50-50 on making your image cinematic. The other element in making your image looking cinematic is emphasizing this light, making it look better than it is. And one way we're gonna be doing that is adding fog. It's gonna add like an overall atmosphere to our image. It's gonna kind of spread that light, make it look a little bit better. I kind of realized that they do use these in a lot of films, and I'm gonna post a lot of images right here. So we just added the fog. This is what this image is gonna be looking like with the fog machine. But I also forgot to mention that practicals are gonna be playing a huge part in this as well. And this is gonna be the only real light that we're gonna be using to light this entire image, as well as the 1-foot tube that I also mentioned. This is just kind of to fill it in, but also to act as like a bad TV effect. For Frank watching TV, like we're in a home or a basement. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more haze here just because of all the talking we're doing, especially by the light here. This practical right here could be a little bit more brighter just so we can kind of brighten up his face, so we can create the right side of his face a little darker and a little bit more moody. And that's why we're actually shooting shadow side on his right side, because that's what you kind of almost want to do in every scenario, or every scenario where you want to get a better or cinematic looking image is shoot shadow side, get the darker side, and then just make sure this light here is basically almost like wrapping around him, but we just want just enough to not fill around his other side, because then it's just giving away that whole moody look. The good thing about this Ulanzi fog machine is that it's got a portable remote, so I can actually be behind the camera and just watch my monitor and see how much smoke or fog we have going into our image. So I'm gonna hide it here by his chair, and I'm just gonna use the remote and just simply press it like that.
It's because the ventilation is sucking up too.
Okay, so we're also gonna be using this pavo tube right here just to kind of motivate the practical here. We're just adding a little bit more fill around here just because the lamp is kind of covering most of the light. So we're gonna be using the pavo tube just to kind of give it a little bit more of a kicker and wrap around his face a little bit more, just so we can see a little bit more of his shadow side and create more of a negative contrasting feel on his right side, which is camera side. Okay, so that's it for this video. The most important thing that I kind of wanted to emphasize on this video is to try to make your lighting a little bit better than it can be. That's just by like adding an atmospheric look to your image, and you can do that by adding haze or fog something like that. It just emphasizes on that light, makes it look a little bit more dreamy, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. You know, I'm not saying you have to do this on every shot, but I feel like these shots looked cool for how they turned out, especially using like a little small portable fog machine that you can pick up for, I think it's $169. I guess you could only use it for a certain type of look of what you want. For an example, in this shot right here, I have the haze kind of just hanging around, just making this place look a little bit different than it should. I got the top light above me, I got the gobo on the GVM, and then I got my practical in the background. And that was another reason why I wanted to make this video, is just because I love using practicals in my scene, and I just feel like using something that's already there, cheapest option, you can make it look good, you can make it look even better, and by doing that, add some haze to your image. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below, or if you guys feel like there's a better alternative to adding or emphasizing your image with practicals besides haze, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.